Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm going to give it one more minute before we start because I see people coming in. We have people are joining us as I am talking. Welcome to our masterclass for Masters in Management at MBSC. We find it a great privilege to be spending the evening with you tonight. We will be joining Dr. Asil Al-Ghamdi in Canada. He's there visiting his family, and he will be presenting to you shortly. So I don't want to start because I still see people joining us, and thank you for coming in and being with us this evening. We're up to 50. Let's just give it one more minute before I turn the floor over to Dr. Asil. Again, thank you for joining us tonight. MBSC is very proud to be having this presentation to talk about our Masters in Management. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start. Dr. Asil Al-Ghamdi is a marketing professor. He's one of our top professors at our college, and thank you for joining us, Dr. Asil. The floor is yours.
Yes, assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Thank you, Jennifer, for the introduction. Welcome everybody to the webinar for the masterclass of MIM. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Asil Al-Ghamdi, the Assistant Professor of Marketing at Prince Muhammad bin Salman College of Entrepreneurship, Business and Entrepreneurship. And today we're going to talk about integrated market communication. And then we will conclude with a real life Saudi brand and how they implemented integrated marketing communications. And so let me start by sharing my screen. And all right, so do you see my screen? I hope so. So today we're going to talk about understand the general communication process, analysis of IMC promotional mix, and explain how the consumer behavior influenced the IMC, integrated market communication, and also the relationship between product life cycle and IMC mix, and also explain the advantages and disadvantages in general, and also we'll conclude the IMC campaign. I'll try to give you the sense of how is a class at MBSC and MIM program will feel like and look like, and try to resemble that feeling. In order to do so, we'll start with a gamification approach, and I call it the Orange Challenge. And this practical understanding gamification process will let you know how is integrated market communication are being basically run in real time. So before I start, I would like to call 5 names to participate in this Orange Challenge. So these names will be the students Muhammad Al-Shamsi, the student Yusuf Al-Anizi, Jennifer, Huda, and Samah. Those are 5 people. And please let me know how much would you take a pen and paper and write down the answer for very simple questions on starting with this one. How much would you pay for this orange? The way you see it exactly, if I present it to you, I just took it out of the tree and gave it to you. How much would you pay for this? I'll give you 2 seconds, 3 seconds max.
Now, do you want this in reals?
In real, that's a good question, Jennifer. Thank you. So how much would you pay for this in real? If we were standing next to an orange tree and I just picked it up and I gave it to you, the way you see it, how much would you pay? All right, so that's one. I hope you guys are recording your answers. And how much would you pay for this now? I washed it, took out the leaf, and I made some efforts for you. How much would you pay? Right? So, and then let's carry on. How much would you pay for this if I presented it to you that way? Right? And you have seen that at a billboard. You have seen it at one of, outside a restaurant or on social media. How much are you willing to pay for this guy now? The way you see it, the way it is nicely presented, how much would you pay? Okay. How about this one? This empty bottle, it's sanitized, closed, sealed. Nobody used it. It's completely brand new. How much would you pay for this? Few seconds. All right. How about this one? Unbranded, closed, orange bottle. I just took out of the brand out and presented this to you. It's new. Nobody used it, right? How much are you willing to pay for this right now, the way you see it? You're thirsty. It's cold. How much are you willing to pay? Right? Record your answers. How about this one now? You see a branded orange bottle, new, no pulp, right? And it's Tropicana. How much are you willing to pay for this bottle right now? Right? Versus this one, right? This one versus this one, right? How about if I go a bit more specific and give you a healthier option, 50% less sugar and calories, right, written on the label, right? And it's still Tropicana, not other brand, still Tropicana, but more, it's a healthier option. Especially the ladies will pop up on this one for sure, right? And then how about we go, you and me, I invite you to a very nice restaurant. You see an ambience in the background, you see nice music. Your friends and loved ones are in front of you, and it's very nice settings, cold, right? I just poured in the same orange juice you saw on the previous slide, right? And I slot in a nice slice of orange on top of it. And then I told you how much would you willing, or are you willing to pay for this nicely presented orange juice glass? All right. So I really would like to stop now sharing and share another screen with you so you see what I'm saying exactly in live time, in real time. All right. So person one, Jennifer, orange with green leaf. How much did you record?
5 reals.
5 reals. That's ambitious. All right, the orange that I made some efforts to give you.
5 reals.
5 reals. Beautiful. Freshly cut, presented to you.
5 reals. I didn't
5
change
reals.
mine.
And say what? That's it. Okay. Empty bottle.
On the empty bottle, 5 reals.
Ooh, okay. Orange juice bottle with no brand. New.
8 reals.
8 reals. Tropicana branded.
20.
20 reals. And the healthier option of Tropicana?
25.
25. And a juice glass at a nice restaurant with your loved ones.
It's an average 25 also.
Let's say 25. All right, person two, Samah, please.
My answer much cheaper than that.
No problem. Just give me what you wrote.
Okay, for the first one, I put 2.
2.
Yeah.
Second one.
And 1.
The orange.
Yeah, 1.
The orange with no leaf.
Yeah, I put 20 reals.
And the first one is 2.
Yes.
All right. Freshly cut.
1.
Empty bottle.
Actually, I put 2.
2.
Yes.
Orange juice bottle, no brand.
3.
3.
Yeah.
Tropicana juice bottle branded.
6.
6. The Tropicana healthier option.
7.
7. A glass with the restaurant.
15.
15.
Yes.
All right. Person 3, Huda, please.
Yes.
The orange with green leaf.
It's 2 reals.
2 reals. I made some efforts
I didn't count it as efforts. I saw the with the leaves are more organic, so I put one for the one without leaves. That's
There you go.
why. Yeah.
That's what I wanted to
Yeah.
hear. Okay. Freshly cut orange.
For me, it's zero. I never go with the cut fruits in front of me. Not I am the one who's cutting.
Empty bottle.
5 riyals,
Orange juice bottle, no branded.
10.
10 reals.
Yeah,
Tropicana juice bottle branded.
15,
15. Tropicana 50, the healthier option.
20,
20. The juice glass with loved ones at restaurants.
25.
25. Person 4, Muhammad Shamsi, please. Do you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Please go ahead. Orange with green leaf.
Mr. Jennifer was too generous. I'm going
Yes.
with I'm going with one Saudi riyal for the first one.
One. The
So
orange.
I'm giving market price from my opinion.
The second one.
3 riyals,
3 reals. Okay, with the cut.
7.
7. Empty
and
bottle.
empty bottle 5 riyal.
Orange juice, no branded.
Orange juice, I put an average 8 to 10.
Let's say 8. Okay. Tropicana branded.
Tropicana branded 10 to 12.
Let's say 12.
Okay. But
All
then
right.
Tropicana extra
Healthy.
healthy 12 to 15.
Let's say 15. All right. Juice
Yes,
glass
and
with loved ones and family.
I would say 15 to 20, but
Let's
some
say
people would
20.
say more.
Yeah. Person 5, Yusuf Al Anizi, please jump up.
I can hear you. I would go with for this one with the 1 riyal also.
Yes, sir. The orange.
Yeah, same price here.
There you go. Freshly cut.
Yeah, 3 riyals,
3 reals. Empty bottle.
1 riyal for sure.
1 real. Orange bottle, unbranded. Second.
4 riyals.
4 reals. Tropicana branded.
I would say 8 riyals.
8 reals. Beautiful. Tropicana, the healthier option.
15
15. And the
And-
glass.
35.
35.
Yeah.
All right. So what do we see? We see that the more I give you information about the product in front of you, the more I communicate it to you, the product, the more options you see and communication on the actual branding between the manufacturer and you as a customer, the more are you willing to pay. So this guy, we take it from here and go here and we slot it right here. For some reason, it's not picking up here. So the more I communicate to you, the more are you willing to pay, right? So even in this option, you're still going higher in terms of price. You're willing to pay 1 real, whether you're looking at it as not clean option versus a clean option, then the way you look at it as healthier option versus unhealthier option, right? It depends on the way you receive the information from the person who's sending to you an information. That's the manufacturer, the marketeer, and you are the customer receiving information. So let's go back to the slides again and continue our lecture. So basically, the way you saw it, it resembles the communication process from the manufacturer on all integrated market communication platforms, whether they were online, social media communication, through Twitter as an example, or Facebook, or an ad on TV. I was the source of information. I was sending you a design, a branded product that has information on the label. You are encoding that message, trying to make an understanding on what kind of message that is. When you read that label, it says 50% less sugar and Tropicana. That means I communicated to you a sort of trust on the brand and an information about that this basically bottle has less sugar, So it's a more healthier option. You decode that information, you try to make an understanding out of it, and then you are the receiver of that ad on TV or social media and try to make a response. That response can be in a shape of purchase, right? A shape of, spending, or probably a rejection in terms of, you're not even convinced with that communication. And then you send me that feedback loop. So I continue sending these campaigns in order to persuade you to basically buy my product. So we need a complete solution of marketing communications. Today's environment is rapidly changing. The technology is very high. We need to deliver consistent message. You have seen in the Orange Challenge that the message was consistent in terms of healthier, not healthier, right? Branded, unbranded, right? So all of those are consistent messages. Tropicana will never sell you that product without their logo and brand on it. That's a consistent message delivered to you throughout the brand itself. So I'm, as a marketeer, I have to care about what kind of communication I send out to you, the receiver, the customer, the future customer, or the current customer, in order to keep the reputation basically intact, right? And have synergy for the target market. So whether I'm talking to you through advertising, public relations, sales, promotion, personal selling, if you come and buy my laptop, for example, at my store, Apple store, whether I talk to you through digital interactive communications, right? Or direct response through social media or experiential marketing, bring you over, go to the sponsorship event and let you experience the brand. All of those are there to basically have a unified program to maximize your impact, right? Maximize the impact of my products and services in your mind in order to buy my product. That's basically integrated marketing communication, ladies and gentlemen, right? They are coordinated together in a 360 approach, working together, not in isolation, but in coordination in order for them to basically reach out to the target market and deliver information about the product or service. So we have advertising, personal selling, public relations, as I said, sales promotion, direct marketing. And each one of them, they have, mass versus customized target market, right? For advertising, we talk to mass public, right? We pay basically for space and time. And currently speaking, we pay for milliseconds in terms of pricing. Milliseconds, not seconds anymore, milliseconds. I will see examples in future slides, right? The strengths of that, it has a high reach. TV, for example, has a high reach. Right? Advertising usually has a high reach, but it's absolutely expensive, right? And the problem is we cannot get real feedback. Take that now and compare it to personal selling. If you are at the store of Apple, you give instant feedback to the seller, right? The personal seller or the sales rep, right on the spot, whether you like to buy the product or not, right? For advertising, I have to collect data on what happened with my advertising to know the opinion of my target audience, right? So, but here it's customized. For personal selling, it's customized. So when I approach Jennifer or Huda, Samah or Ammar or Yusuf, I approach them on the way they like. So I ask questions. I tell them, what kind of products do you like? How often do you use your laptop? And they tell me their usage rate and their usage basically competency, right? You will find someone who is a very tech savvy versus someone who is a very light user. I will not sell them the higher tech savvy products, right? However, because they are not going to use it, right? So the money spent is basically going to waste, right? Public relation is the most believed in the eye of consumers because it's legitimate. I talk directly to you. I don't have a middleman between us, right? Advertising, however, it's persuasive. You hire advertising agency to talk to your consumers, right? More likely you hire, unless you run your social media platforms on your own. Sales promotion is being used to basically entice purchase, increase the purchase at a certain season. For example, let's say Ramadan, right? Or Eid. you use sales promotion, coupons, discounts, right, to increase the amount of sales at that certain season. It's very flexible. You change the promotion on a daily basis if you want to. One day 20%, next day is 40. You respond to the market as you go along. So if your competitor was raised it to 40, you might raise it to 45. Easy to, or very easy to change on a daily basis. Direct marketing is basically anything directly to consumers that includes online as well, right? And also it's customized. So as you saw in the Orange Challenge, the decision-making process of purchasing or not purchasing was influenced by how much communication I'm actually giving you, right? So the more you saw, like Huda and Samah was enticed with the green leaf. When I took the green leaf away, they reduced their price. So integrated marketing communication here influenced the decision-making process in terms of purchasing or not purchasing, right? However, the majority of you, when I took you to the nice restaurants, all of us together, right? All of us 50 or 100 people now, you were ready to pay that higher price of 30 riyal or 20 to 30 riyals just for the sake of the ambience and the communication was giving to you, right? So the more I communicate to you, the more you listen, the more you understand, and the more you are more convinced to buy the product, right? So this leads to the next slide, which basically I made you think at the beginning with my information communicated to you. I increased your consideration set in order for you to buy the product, right? And then you made a rational decision around green leaf, no green leaf, right? You started to think throughout that process. This is basically the consumer behavior purchase decision process. And then once you went through that thinking process, you started feeling whether I increase the brand love relationship or not. And you have seen that evidence in the Tropicana example, right? Branded and branded, right? The moment you saw Tropicana, your price went up. You have a relationship or a feel with that Tropicana brand, right? Somehow inside you, whether you are a loyal customer or not, right? And that increase your trust relationship with the Tropicana brand. This leads you to the last process, which is the do process, right? You buy the product, you have the decision to buy the product, you increase the trial, the repeat, the trade, and also you are basically, if it's online product, right, like a software, you download it and use it, right? That's basically the relationship between the IMC, integrated marketing communication, and the promotional objectives, as well as a desired consumer action, right? So again, on the consumer action, on the low bottom, you see the stage of purchase decision. On the left side, you see importance of promotional tool. So let's pick one example. Your product at the pre-purchase stage, you did not buy anything yet, right? You're still out of your home or listening to your radio, which is a media outlet. At the pre-purchase stage, you basically did not know about the product. In order to let you know about my product, more likely I'll use advertising, which is denoted with a black stripe in the diagram you see. So I use advertising the most because it's mass. I want to reach out to as many people as possible, right? So once I reach out to you, you come to the purchase stage. That's in the middle. At the purchase stage, you are already at my store. Should I continually use advertising? No. The highest one will come up is personal selling, because you are at my door. I have to explain to you, what is this product have? What kind of feature does it have? I have to tell you the gadgets. I have to tell you, you can use it at XY occasions, right? Investigate with you what kind of purchase things you're going to use it for, right? So I have to talk to you. At that time, personal selling jumps up, advertising goes down. After you purchase that nice iPhone, you go back to home. I have to go back again to advertising to continuously let you know that I'm still here, the product is still here, the service is still here, and you can reach me out again for customer service. Do you see how is that relationship together, right? So that is related to linking the IMC to the purchase decision. Let's go through this very quickly. Advertising is a paid mode of communication, right? It is non-personal, as I explained. It's mass, right? It's I give you information. It's persuasive, very informal, persuasive, and reminding consumers about a product that exists. It's one way, as I said, it's one way. There's no two ways here. I just give you the ad, you see it on TV. I'm not there to wait every single reaction from consumers. Otherwise, I'm going to wait for millions and millions of reactions. So that's why it's one way. It's called in IMC, Integrated Market Communication Theory, it's called above the line. The line of communication, and above the line is one way, right? And you see many outlets of advertising. There is TV, radio, magazine, newspaper, so on and so forth. We're not going to go through all of those details in general, but let's pick one of them. TV, as I explained, is very high reach, right? It has very crisp pictures and print and sounds and motion and production, but it's very costly. If you cannot afford it, do not use it. More likely for startup businesses, they will never use TV because it's very expensive. They will go down the ladder and more likely use other options such as social media, right? To reach out to the mass, but with a lot lower cost. I would like to show you an example of
no one's ever
how is advertising being used. All right, please give me a thumbs up if you hear the voice, okay?
come back from 3-1. An agonizing defeat.
Down 5-1. Just gotta get it all.
We've all been underestimated and counted out. In those moments, we felt like it was over.
It's not looking good for Rafa.
But it's when we're given no chance
What could Osaka be thinking right now?
that we somehow found that last bit of strength to keep fighting. And then we did what no one thought we could, not even ourselves. We came back from the impossible,
52 years.
from being broken. We found a way when it seemed hopeless. We came back when we should have been long forgotten. And we did it time and time again. Right now, we're fighting for something much bigger than a win or a championship. But if we learn anything from sports, it's that no matter how far down we may be, we are never too far down to come back.
All right, we're never too far down to come back. Who is the sender? Who is the advertiser? Nike. Who's the receiver? Every one of us. So for this ad, very straight message was communicated to all of you and all of us, right? It is basically, we're trying to promote comebacks. The advertiser here is a very famous brand, is Nike. Nike did not tell you in this ad to buy a certain amount of shoes or sneakers or any sport apparel. No, it was talking about a cause. It was promoting comebacks. So now more than ever, we need to basically hear these stories to remind us of what we are capable of. So basically here, the advertising was with purpose, right? So you use purpose. You have purpose in your ads. It's not about selling anymore. Selling or sales basically are an outcome of your ads. They are not basically your major objectives. That's what IMC is all about, right? So developing a campaign should go through process, identifying a target audience. Who's your target audience? Are you talking to basically people in Saudi versus X country? Specifying your objectives. Are you trying to increase sales? You basically raise awareness, all of those. Setting advertising budget, designing advertisement. In order to design an advertisement, you need to have advertising content specialists or script writers. That's a career on its own, right? Or advertising creation, right? Creative production people, and also that's a creative a career on its own, right? Both of those together are basically a rare combination to have. So in order for you to start, you have to have that team, right? People who are more on writers, script writers, and others on more on creative production. And all of that is related to your segmentation criteria. So let's give an example of what is how much is the cost of advertising. Most of you, I'm sure you know the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl, it is being viewed by almost 103 million people for 2018. The cost per 30 seconds advertisement during the game is $5.2 million. So in order for you to basically use advertising at a Super Bowl or Kas Al Malik or Asian Champions League or anything locally or internationally, you will pay a lot of money, right? So that's how expensive advertising can be, but you are getting high reach, okay? So, and you should have a scheduling, whether it's skip or pulse, blitz or build up seasonal. For Ramadan, for example, you start very heavy, right? For Saudi Arabia, we have Vimto, right? We go very heavy on Vimto during Ramadan, right? And it is our favorite, drink during Ramadan. But guess what? After Ramadan, we go down and taper down and down and down until we even forget about what the bottle, looks like. Right? Until the next Ramadan comes, it pops up again and then continue. For those of you who might be interested to social media advertisement, you go into CPC, cost per click, and here you're trying to basically look for traffic to your websites. For Facebook, it is going to cost you $0.51, that's US dollars, right? And Instagram 1.2, Twitter 0.53, and LinkedIn 5.61. Why LinkedIn is more expensive? Because it's a niche, basically platform for professionals, right? And that's more expensive. So you use cost per click, for example, for digital marketing, versus CPM, cost per 1,000 impressions. And the same example from Facebook all the way down with the cost in front of you. And here you're looking for basically driving awareness and brand engagement, not necessarily basically purchase or encourage purchase. So your objective might change. You can have both of them for your campaign, IMC campaign through online or digital marketing, right? But you can choose it depending on your budget. So if you happen to join us at MIM and join my class in marketing, we will walk you through each one of those in specific and give you basically the tools, right, to basically have the cost until per day, right, to run your campaigns. That's how beneficial joining our program is. Our faculty will walk you through the process of basically knowing your tools on how to run a campaign through online, in marketing and other aspects as well for other fields of management or accounting or economics or so on and so forth. And we have an integrated management challenge at the end of the program, that where you put in all the information together in order to basically contest in front of companies and industries and try to show off your capabilities. And that's just an example for you in only one class, my class in principles of marketing. If you join, it's not only theoretical, no, it's untapped, unmatched, right? So we will give you these kind of tools. You will go out with certain tools when you finish the program. That's just basically a cherry on the cake on what you can have in our program, right? Example of sales promotion, basically throughout mail, I give you a $500 discount to basically entice you to come and buy my Subaru or Legacy. The process might be B2B or B2C depending on your view. So Apple more likely is going directly to pull strategy where they talk directly to consumers, right? Tell you about their new iPhone 12 Pro that just came out a month ago. And you will basically entice to basically order your next iPhone through Jarir, through Mobily, through STC, which is the retailer, and then they will push the ladder to actually order those products for you from Apple, right? Experiential marketing is when products like Red Bull you see in the slides and Mountain Dew basically sponsor events, and that consumers like you and me are taking, basically participating and putting their logos in there, trying to entice and make you think about the product. Remember the think, feel, and do process? So once you see it throughout the event, your mind is registering these scenes as you go along through the event, and your subconscious automatically, once you go into the next Banda store, right, more likely you have higher chances of picking that brand because it's being registered in your mind. Sponsorship is one of the main fields of IMC. It's a two-way now, right? Marketing communications. And it's 70% of sponsorship is coming from sport. As you can see here in the bar chart, 70% is coming from sport. Others such as entertainment, festivals, and causes, art as well, are being in there. You will see that the sponsorship stretches out from individuals, such as sponsoring individual celebrities, such as sport celebrities of Cristiano Ronaldo, players. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo, Neymar, Messi, Mbappe, all of those. And these are the prices per season, per player, right? That's quite amount of money for each one of them. Other types of sponsorship, such as Arsenal shirt sponsorship versus main sponsor or side sponsor, 280 for shirt, 300 million for Visit Rwanda sleeve sponsorship, or basically you are sponsoring the venue. In this case, you're paying a lot more expensive money, and right fees can jump up to 240 million until 2080. Sponsorship on average constitutes of 27.4% across the 5 leagues in Europe: England, Spain, Germany, Italy, and France. And that tells you how much or how important sponsorship is. Even in e-sport, it constitutes up to 41.7%, right? That's how important sponsorship is. So someone will ask me, okay, I'm paying all of that amount of money. What kind of ROI, return on investment, I'm getting back? I'll see, right? You're just saying beautiful things, but how can I make sure that I'm getting my money back? Yes, I listened to you, and let me give you an example of an ROI. So the CEO of Adidas explained that their 1.5, their 750 million deal, a sponsorship deal with Manchester United, is generating $1.5 billion in 10 years time. So that's almost double the price. So you're getting an ROI of double what you invest. That's how lucrative sponsorship is if you execute it right and activate it right. Another example is, you see on the right corner there in the bar chart, Juve paid is paying $51 million per season for Juve until 2027 per season. Guess what? On one night, 24 hours only, they generated from Cristiano Ronaldo's sale 60 million in one night. That's how ROI is being done, ladies and gentlemen, right? So if you can afford sponsorship, go ahead, please, sir, right? But you need to execute it right. Digital, we are using gadgets now. I assume at least out of our participants, at least 50% of you are using iPhone, right? In here, we are basically tapping on a large data set, large data management techniques and customer relationship management. We have mobile communication is the next big thing, right? It has a lot of penetration throughout the countries across the world, right? And let me give you an example. So, and that's another thing we will do at MIM marketing class. If you join my class next semester or next intake, right? So you will set up in my class. We will go through together all your phones and check your basically screen time reality check, right? And you will see an example like this. We will spend at least 20 minutes together talking to each one of you, to each group of you, trying to analyze your basically consumption rates and your usage rates. And you will end up with something like this, right? You will end up seeing yourself going into social, shopping, foods, travel, productivity, and finance categories without you knowing, right? For that person in front of you, more likely he is or she is was looking for to buy food from outside. So more likely they are, you know, using online hunger station, right? To order food. They were also looking into travel, especially with the lockdown right now, right? So this person was more likely using his or her phone from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., as you see in the lower bottom right there. So for me as an advertiser through social media, if I have a group of those people, it's better for me to communicate to them at these times. So my target audience on average, for example, they spent about 4 hours on their phones, right? This not only for screen time usage, it goes also for health. If I am basically a producer of a healthy product or service, right? Like such as a gym or something, right? I more likely should tap into these kind of information and send surveys to collect information, right? So if you are looking to status, you might talk about and produce such printouts, very luxurious. If you're talking about healthy products, you should promote such a product, right, with such write-up, such as we saw in the 50, Tropicana product. A comparison and contrast between Via Rail Canada and Saudi Railway. You see the one on the left for Saudi Railway did not have any information communicated back to you as consumer. However, on the right side, there are basically information, slogan to entice you to come and use Via Rail Canada, right? As we saw, the product life cycle is related to IMC. For the introduction stage, you might use advertising a lot more, public relations, sales promotion to entice purchase. Growth, when your products grow in the market, you sell more, you're trying to persuade consumers with advertising and personal selling and sponsorship, right? If you reach maturity stage, you will basically tell them, I'm still here. You remind them that you're here. And then in the decline stage, you stop complete your investments. And that's just an example for you on how, if you join my class as well, you will run such diagrams and try to do your calculations per media outlet in relationship to the product life cycle, introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. And the left column you see all the way from TV, all the way to digital marketing per month across the actual year. So what do we need? Why do we need campaigns? To increase brand awareness, alter consumer perception, launch a new product, a new target market, as well as trial purchase, and also brand extension, right? I want to basically communicate a new brand to you. I would like to conclude my slides with a very real life scenario on what I talked about. It's not only theoretical when you join MBSC. It's not only that. You will be tapped on experiential learning activities. We will bring in live case scenarios. We'll bring in guest speakers from the industry to talk to you about what's going on in the real market in order for you to connect what we talked about in terms of theory and relationship to the practice. So an example of that, what would a marketing class would do? We'll talk about goodies, latest advertising campaign throughout TV and social media. Okay, so they had a problem. They had a lower sales of mayonnaise. Their objectives is basically was to increase the sale of mayonnaise back again and introduce new flavored sauces and ketchup, increase the share of sauce market. Those are where the objectives of the campaign. So they did data collection. You start your campaign with data collection. You don't go out and basically start your campaign without knowing your target market first, right? You collect data from your target market. Remember the slide I showed you that everything is around the target market? So you start with target market and collect data. So the Saudi consumers stated that they like the original goody mayonnaise and they actually use it as a good basis of taste. At homes, they use it for marination. In Arabic, it's called tatbila, right? They use tatbila or marination in order to soak the food and then grill it or cook it. They prefer to have more herbal and flavors, and also the ketchup was too sugary, not healthy, right? So what did they do? They had 4 actions. They wanted to retain the current customers. That's why they preserved the high quality of current mayonnaise. They wanted to introduce new mayonnaise flavors and also sauce mix, and also introduced a new ketchup. How did they communicate that to consumers? Let's see how did they do that in print and TV ad. And remember, all your communication should be consistent, not identical. Consistent, not identical. Let's see how that happened in real time for real client in Saudi Arabia that we are very proud of. First, they kept the original mayonnaise. Your consumers liked the original mayonnaise. Here you go. We kept it for you. We basically did a new packaging, very classy packaging, and we kept the original mayonnaise, not even touched in terms of taste. Second one, we introduced new set of mayonnaise flavors, right? It is customarily driven, inspired by consumers. So when you print out your media, please talk to your customers about what you think of, communicate to them, right? Do not just give me basically, nice designs without communication, right? So now you see in the lower bottom, it is innovation inspired by customers or our customers. So it's customarily driven, right? Also, the ketchup was an issue. It was too sugary. So they introduced a new goody natural ketchup, tomato ketchup. And they basically communicated that to you for green layout, green outputs. And you see the girl is very happy eating the ketchup. And they introduced a new slogan called "ما في بعده كلام," means we are speechless, right? So how did they take that and communicate it back to the actual ads, right? They linked it to "ما في بعده كلام," the new campaign through social media, and the original "ما أطيب جودي," the original slogan, and they brought it down to the first TV ad. And please enjoy this and start.
Cut. Shot 1 take 22. اوكي عمو حبيبي، مره كويس اللي سويته، بس عمو زي ما اتفقنا ناكل لقمه بعدين نقول وما اطيب جودي، اوكي؟ وانتوا يا جماعه ترى مو جايين ناكل، جايين نشتغل، تفاعلوا معايا شويه، اوكي؟
ستاند باي رول.
Shot 1 take 23. اكشن. يا حبيبي يا عمي.
انت يا عمي يا حبيبي، طعم هذا ما في بعده كلام.
ها وش رايك؟
تصدقي نهاية الإعلان كده أحسن، طعم ما في بعده كلام.
That was for the mayonnaise, the first objective, right? Second objective.
Shot 1 take 22.
Second objective is ketchup. Enjoy.
ترى التصوير جنبنا جايبين برجر. والله
اوكي يا حبايب، زي ما اتفقنا ناكل لقمه بعدين نقول او ما اطيب جودي، سهل الموضوع. اكشن. كات. يا اخي قولوا الجمله يا اخي.
ستاند باي
اكشن. كات. يا هو والله ما ينفع كذا. هم وبعدين نقول جمله واحده او ما اطيب جودي.
All right, the third one is for the sauces, right? The third objective, the third action. Enjoy.
كات.
Shot 1 take 87.
شباب من جدكم ايش هو انا ناكل ونقول وما اطيب جودي بس؟ انتوا تتكلموا صح؟ صح. اكشن. نهاية الإعلان كده أحسن، طعم ما في بعده كلام.
So now IMC was translated through print, social media campaigns, and hashtags through ending with a TV in a 360 campaign completely coordinated together in basically beautifully delivered messages throughout from the manufacturer or the brand to you, right? So that's how basically IMC can influence your decision, right? In relation to your your solution that you put forward at the beginning, in relation to the problem with the objective that you had in mind, right? So, and they ended up with in-store as well. The color branding was basically completely in line with what they talked about. You know, the free samples inside the store. You walk into Panda or any store, you see these free samples to entice your sales promotion, which is related to in-store, right? And the color branding basically was related to the same thing. The green for the ketchup, the blue for the original mayonnaise, which is the, you know, the cap was the same color, right? Branding match. The orange for the sauce, and the last one for the mayonnaise line, right? And they ended up with a very beautiful family product picture, right? Related to you, the Saudi consumers. And that's basically how they celebrated their 50 years. For more information, you can go on the Arabic version of Majid Rushdi website. And also, what are the results? They maintained their 60% of mayonnaise market share, right? And they increased their flavored mayonnaise market share to 72%. That's how winning is done, right? When you use IMC. So, and thank you so much for listening to me. Sorry for the length of the presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. And that's how it will be when you join MBC for MIM program. I hope to see you in my next class when we will start in fall 2021. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Dr. Ashil. If anyone has any questions for Dr. Ashil, please raise your hand on your reaction and we will open your mic. Anyone have any questions? Oh, yes, okay. Go ahead, ask your question.
Is that me? Should I?
Abdul Mohsen.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Asil.
You're welcome.
It was a fabulous presentation. By any chance, are we lucky to have you on the IMBA courses?
Well, yes, you will have me for sure. Yeah, definitely. But
that would be great. Thank you so much.
You will, you will. I have an upcoming IMC elective, and I will probably teach the MBA next, the marketing management course next intake. So it was just a decision to switch over because I'm carrying on another project for the college, which is for accreditation. Jennifer knows about that, and that was a decision not to switch. Yeah, right. Thank you.
We'll go to Rod next. You have a question just for Dr. Ashil, not on the admissions. We're going to get to that real quick. All right. Right, are you there? Okay, we will move on to Bunder. You want to open up his microphone, Faisal. Bunder. Faisal? You want to open up Bunder? Badr? No, it's not Bunder, I'm sorry, Badr. Okay, let me see. Somebody's here. Who's going to ask?
I want to talk actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I take all this information from when I was in the.
What's this?
Hello.
Hello. You want to ask your question?
I want to say many thanks for you for all this. And okay. Actually, just I have. I'm not mean anything, but in the market, I take it all this in when I was in the college. So this is MBA focusing on for marketing people or for accounting and many
the masters of management. We're going to tell you what the criteria is to start. It's not just for, it's for any major to join us. but it's a fresh graduate or less than 3 years work experience.
Absolutely. Okay.
Okay.
So actually, because I saw it in the focusing for marketing, so I think I was for just marketing.
Okay, thank you. We'll
You're
take one
welcome.
more question and then we're going to move on to the MBSC presentation. Are we going to open up a mic for the next person? Anybody there? All right, well, then I'm going to stop with the questions for Dr. Asil. We'll come back to an open mic at the end. We hope to finish this presentation in 15-20 minutes. So we're going to go on. Abdelmohsen, we're not going to bring you back on. I'm sorry, I know you're in the EMBA, but we need to move on to our presentation. Mr. Anwar is going to present to you about MBSC and then we'll talk about the criteria for the Masters in Management. Thank you, Dr. Asil.
All right, thank you so much. I think we only have a small window, so I'll try to swift through just to introduce myself. My name is Ammar Al-Madani. I am part of the admissions team. And I'm going to take you swiftly through what the college is and what programs does it offer and how does our students look like, the students' body look like, all right? So in the beginning, let me tell you a little bit about the college. So the college was initiated in 2017. So the doors were opened for the first cohort or the founding class that we call them in 2017. The college itself was established based on a result of global partnership. So we have, for example, King Abdullah Economic City, we have Babson Global, MISC Foundation, and Lockheed Martin. Now the college offers a world-class educational experience, and that is by partnership with the Babson Global and the unique curriculum that we have, the teaching modules, and the quality standards that we are now working on, and it's in place for accreditation purposes. So what we're trying to do right now is we are trying to have all our, if I can call, systems locked, and it's ready for quality standards, all right? Now, the college is located in King Abdullah Economic City. I'm not sure if everyone had the opportunity to visit this location, but there's more information of the King Abdullah Economic City in the website. So if you want to look at it, there's a website for CAKE, that's short for King Abdullah Economic City, that you can go and visit, okay? Now, the college offers two programs. We do offer the Masters in Management, where the Masterclass today is around the Masters in Management program. And we also offer a Masters or the Executive MBA. Let me play for you a small video from our alumni for the Masters for the EMBA. Since they have been now alumni, we've only launched the Masters in Management last year. So we hope that we also reach a point where we can have a video of themselves, all right? So I'm gonna play a video for you, which is for the alumni. Just give me a thumbs up.
I come from a medical background, and MBSC have opened and made me discover the business side, this entrepreneurial mindset, taking calculated risk in the venture lab and in the SLE project, applying it to reality, have helped me grow the business, and I'm really grateful for this experience.
Being in the retail sector, it's very crucial for me to have a wide network of people to access, either for learning new things or acquiring new experiences. Being an MPSC gave me this wide network that I was aspired to have, either from the student that I used to take courses with, or from the distinguished speakers and visitors that used to come and visit us. Also, it opened a wide opportunities for me in the market to get further career growth. It was just an amazing experience for me to be there.
I think one of the most outstanding collaboration that MBSC had with Babson is the adapting the philosophy of entrepreneurial think and action, where you can see that in the signature learning experience, where you can have a hands-on experience and have all of the knowledge that you have in practical reality. You apply it to your startup and you can see the result of all what you learned. In addition to that is the trip to Babson, which is a summer course that we took for 2 weeks. It's an amazing opportunity to network and also to get some knowledge from top leaders and top professors at Babson.
The best thing I have gained from MBSC is the access to the world-class faculty. I have been blessed and grateful for all the tools, for all the mentorship that we received, for both my business and for my career.
I had the pattern where I would have an idea, try it out, burn out, and then have a new idea. What MBSC did, and especially the SLE, it gave me a sense of balance between the practical application of things, which I loved, but also knowing the theory behind it and the research.
All right, so that was a presentation, or let's say a video from our alumni. Now, let me just go and focus on the Masters in Management program, since this masterclass, or this, let's say, evening, is focusing on that program specifically. Now, in our brochures, marketing team made a really great effort of describing what is a ideal MIM candidate. You can go through it in the brochure, but I'm going to just focus on a couple of lines that maybe just gives you an idea. So if you look through it, we look at people who demonstrate academic success and achievement in their majors. And also, they're also committed to their personal development. So if that's you, or that's, you think you are one of that ideal candidate, then this is a place for you. Okay. Now there's a short clip I'm going to play for you, which is introducing the MIM program and how it advances your career. Let me know again if you do have, or the sound is on.
Our mission at MBSC is to empower entrepreneurial leaders and to enable them to produce greater economic and social value. We are aiming to become a globally leading higher education institution in the fields of business and entrepreneurship. We began in 2017 by offering a world-class executive MBA program. And today we are thrilled to launch a new program, our Masters in Management.
We are looking for ambitious students from all backgrounds who are aspiring to make an impact on Saudi Arabia's transformation. Entrepreneurs, innovators, energetic youths who will drive improvement in Saudi's businesses towards implementing Vision 2030 and towards the knowledge economy. The MBSC Master in Management program will equip you with hard management skills in finance, accounting and IT. And equally important, it enhances your soft management skills in communication, teamwork, and it boosts your personal development.
The MIM program is designed to help create and launch the next generation of transformative leaders, specifically young and ambitious professionals who have entered the workforce and are preparing for positions of leadership and responsibility. It offers a world-class education and curriculum facilitated by our faculty at MBSC, respected academics from around the world, and the pedagogy maintains MBSC's signature brand of experiential learning, meaning it emphasizes hands-on exercises and socially and physically engaging simulations and other materials throughout the year.
Okay. All right. Okay. So now on our website, we do have all the materials that you require to read through if you want to. So we have a section for the brochures that has or contains all the curriculum, if you want to go through it, and the class profiles. Let me give you a little bit of the program of the MIM. So the MIM is designed to be delivered in 2 locations, and it's designed to be offered to recent graduates or people, or let's say professionals who are recently joining the market. So they're looking to advance their career. Okay. And the applications that, or let's say the admissions application is also online. So if you go to our website, which is mentioned on the top bar, you can find the materials that you require if you want to go through it and read it. And also if you want to see how does the class look like. And we are fortunate that we have 2 of our class students from MIM program this year, which is the founding class part of the audience. So if you have any questions for them, please feel free to ask. Okay, I'm going to take you to a video where it shows the campus from inside. And there's also a virtual tour on the website if you wish to look by yourself in your free time. So you can, you can actually move around on campus between the offices and the library. You can look at it through our website. So I'm going to play for you a small video, which is about the campus itself. So I think this takes me to the end of the slide of the presentation. We open the floor for Q&A. I am with Miss Jennifer. So let's keep the floor open, and whoever will have a question, please feel free to go on the mic. All right, I see we have Reem Filimban. Okay, Reem, can you go ahead? All right, I think either Reem left or she had her hand down. Okay, Amal Ahmed. Go, Amal.
Yes, hello everyone. This is Amal Ahmed. Also, I consider myself lucky to be in this master class. I would like to know that I'm actually will graduate around 2021, and I'm wondering if I can apply before graduating. Also, I would like to know more about the admission process, please. Thank you.
All right, okay. So let me just get this to say clear, Amal. So you are graduating within a couple of months, right?
Correct, yes.
Okay. Is that going to happen before, I would say, May time?
Yes, yes.
All right, okay. And you're applying, or you're looking into applying to the MIM. Now, the MIM, I'm not sure if it was clear before, but it is actually designed for recent graduates. So if you, inshallah, graduated in May, let's say, and you're applying, or let's say before May, and you're applying for the MIM to join us in September, and you actually made it through, then you are actually considered as a recent graduate. So you can actually apply. That's one part of your question. The other part is, can you repeat that again, please?
Yes.
The admissions process. Right?
Yes, the admission process.
Okay, fine. So the admissions process, it starts with the application. The application is found online on our website. Now, there's certain requirements and you need to secure, such as your ID, your transcript, your certificate. It's all listed down there. You upload all the documents to the online application, submit it, and then if you are shortlisted for an interview, you'll be invited, and then things will move on from there. So there's a evaluation system that isn't put in place, which tells if the applicant is qualified to join the program or it is required to add more to his or her application. So for example, maybe it could be apply next year, it could be add some other things. So there's a certain requirements that maybe you don't meet. We will discuss that once the decision is made. All right, but this is,
I'm going to add here, maybe this will help. We are looking for the very best applicants. Our founding class has some very, very top students in it. We look for a GPA of a 3.0 out of 4 or 3.75 out of 5. We look at your English. If you have graduated from a local university, even if it's taught in English, we're still going to require an English test. You have the choice of taking the TOEFL or the IELTS. Now the IELTS score, you have to have a 6 or higher. The TOEFL, you could have the written, which is 550, or the computerized one is 79 or higher. Okay, if you apply and you do not have these tests, you can still apply and take the test at a later time. Do not hesitate. We do ask for recommendations. We are not looking for a letter from the referee. We are looking for you to add the person's name, email, phone number, position, and then we send them an evaluation of you. So these are 2 steps that people always stop on. I don't have my English and I don't have a letter. You do not need a letter. You need to call a referee and say, hello, I'm applying for this program. Can you do my evaluation? I need your email address, your phone number, your position, and you add that to the application. Does that help?
On that point, on the referee point, some applicants, they think if they go with a higher, or let's say a more popular name, that the application will get accepted. That's not the point. You need to find someone who's accessible and someone who knows you, because they actually give insights to what's about you. So if you actually assume that you know this person and the person gets a message from MBSC asking to evaluate you, he or she might not know you, so that at some point you don't get the benefit of that referee. So choose someone who is accessible and someone who knows you.
Okay, I've had 2 chat questions come up. Is the GMAT required? No, the GMAT GADA is not required. The GMAT helps you to get a higher scholarship. Now your application goes in as a scholarship. There's not a separate application. The GMAT helps if you get a 550 or higher, you can get an additional 20% on a scholarship. The IELTS and the TOEFL are due by August 1st.
All right, I think
2021.
Yeah, that answered Amal. So
okay, we have another question. I'm sorry, a GRE. No, we're not looking for GRE tests. I'm sorry if that's on our website, we need to remove it. We are not looking for GREs. Okay.
All right. So let's go to the next one. So Raneem has her hands on. Raneem, can you go ahead?
Hello, good evening. Thank you for this. I really appreciate it. I had plenty of questions.
Okay.
I wanted to ask initially about the scholarship, and you mentioned just a minute ago about the 20% scholarship.
Okay. Our MIM program gives 35% scholarships to our top students. Okay. 35% to our top students. if you take a GMAT or the executive assessment test, that's another part of, it's a shorter version than GMAT, you can get additional 20%. So if you're a top student and you received the 35 from us and you went ahead and took the GMAT and got the score, you can get an additional 20. So your total tuition breakdown would be 55% off of the tuition. The scholarship award would be. Okay, does that answer your question?
Yes, and I have a little question
Go
here.
ahead.
Sure.
What's the criteria of the top student? What are you looking for when you're talking about scholarships? What are we looking for here?
Well, first, meeting our criteria. And then second, how you present yourself in the interview, how you present yourself in your essay and your personal statement, what your referees tell us about you.
Okay.
It's an overall, we're doing holistic overall. It's how you present yourself in the interview. It's a very big part.
If I can add.
Okay, sure.
So it's think about it, Raneem, as it's an award, and it's actually an award. So
Yes.
the award is given based on your achievements, whether your achievements on the educational side, so educational background, so that translates in high GPA, high English scores, all that comes into the equation. And then the personal commitment, or let's say, what have you achieved on a personal level? So for example, when you come up to a meeting, there's a score system that we follow. And the higher the scores the applicant shoots, the award will actually be, translated also into an award. So it's that kind of system that we actually work towards to award the top talent applicants.
Okay, thank you so much. That clarifies my questions.
All right.
Excellent.
Okay. All right,
Thank
so
you.
that's good. All right, let's see Mohammed Anizi next.
Well, before he starts, we have Khalid asked a question. Is the MIM a full-time program? No,
Hello?
the MIM, 1 minute, okay? Mohammed?
Hello?
Mohammed, can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm answering
Yes.
the question. Don't go off. Let me just answer this question. Someone's written in the chat, is it a full-time program? Our MIM program is once a month for 4 days. Wednesday, all day, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, for 18 months. Okay, all right. Mohammed, you have a question?
Yes, I have.
Sure, go ahead.
Thank you very much, first of all. This is Mohammed Al-Anizi from Khobar Eastern Region. I am an executive manager for a telecommunications sector. I'm asking if there is a chance to have a branch in East Region, as it is quite difficult for me to come to the King Abdullah Economic City for studying. Okay, I am thrilling to be one of its students. My first question: is there a plan to open a branch in Eastern Region? Second question about the fees: is it paid on monthly basis, on a semestry basis? And the third question you have already answered it, which is the days of the course. Thank you very much.
Most welcome, Mohammed.
Thank you. Go ahead, Omar.
All right. So I'll take one part of the question, and then Ms. Jennifer can take the other one. So the first part of, if we are willing to open a branch in the Eastern Province, I don't see that in the near future, to be honest. Yeah. The reason why we are located in this area is that because we're part of a more developed city. So King Abdullah Economic City is let's say driven by 3 factors, I can call them. One of them is entrepreneurship. So having MBSC in that, let's say, space serves that purpose. Now we do in the MIM program offer it in 2 locations. One of them is in Riyadh. So if Jeddah was too far away from you, Riyadh is a good place that you can actually attend. during that period.
What about the days of studying in Riyadh? Is it on the weekend or the middle of the weeks?
Okay, as I told you, as I just said before, you asked questions, Mohammed. Our program is 4 days every month.
Yes.
All day Wednesday, all day Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Okay.
Okay. And another thing is our program started this year, but of course we have the pandemic, so we did not. We're having classes online at this time, but we hope to go back in person. We cannot say when, we don't know how, but our program was built to be 6 months in Riyadh, 6 months in Cake, and the last 6 months back to Riyadh. It's not choose Riyadh or choose Cake. No, every student that is accepted into our program will have to go to Riyadh, then come to Cake, and then go to Riyadh. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
You're very, I can't remember, what was your second question, Mohammed? You asked about
about the fees. Is it paid on monthly basis
okay.
or
No,
semester basis?
It's paid by term. There's 3 terms for the MIM, and you pay the term. You break it down in 3 parts. The tuition fee is 120,000. So you would have to pay a third, a third, and a third.
Okay, nice.
So before you join, Muhammad, there's a payment plan that will be presented to you before joining, that you need to, accept and confirm that you acknowledge it. And then on that basis, the commitment starts.
Yes.
Yes, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
All right, let's see, Muhammad Al-Anizi. Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am. All right, Abdulaziz. I think we'll take maybe 2 more questions. All right, so Abdulaziz.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the explanation part. Thank you, Ms. Jennifer. Thank you, Mr. Ammar. I'm actually coming from, as I told in the question and answer part, medical field.
Right.
So my whole study was in English, and I finished the board exam. I'm currently a consultant in emergency medicine. Am I still have the English part exam, the IELTS, or
where did you do your board?
all in Saudi Arabia?
All in Saudi Arabia. No, then you
Yeah.
would still be expected to take the English part.
Okay. So is this
Dr.
willing?
Abdulaziz, let me ask you a question. How many years have you been working?
I'm actually working after the college, or
no, now
included the college?
No, not including the college.
10 years.
Okay, Dr. Abdulaziz, if you could send me a message, a private message with your phone number, then I will talk to you about your time in the MIM or the EMBA, okay? Because in the MIM, we're only looking for applicants with 3 or less years of work experience.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I wish you would have told me at the beginning.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
Appreciate it.
so send me a private message and I'll give you a call right after this.
In the message part, in the chat, or?
Yeah, you can send it in the chat personally to me. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
All right.
I think just in sake of time, we'll take 1 more question. So we have Reem, and then I will apologize for Nof and Amjad. Time will run out, so we are welcome to receive you, or we open to receive your questions to our email account, which is admissions. I'm going to put it on the screen on the chat box, and then you can reach out to us whenever. We will pick up that question and answer back to you. All right. So Reem, go ahead.
Yes, hello everyone. Thank you, Mr. Ammar and Ms. Jennifer, for answering our inquiries. This is Reem Flimban from Jeddah. My question is regarding my years of experience. I think it's a bit similar to Abdulaziz's questions. I have been graduated from the pharmacy school since 2017. So since 2017, I've been working with the pharmaceutical companies. So I have almost 4-year experience. So is it fine? And do I need an approval letter from my employer?
Okay. Reem, go ahead and fill in your application because you're just finishing your 3rd year. We can look at your application and judge you from that, and then the admissions staff will be in touch. Okay, I want to, okay, and you do not need the permission from the employer. Okay.
Okay.
Also,
okay, perfect.
I want to open the floor to our students that are with us. We do have Mohammed Amatawa, and I don't know if Yusuf is still with us. And Mohammed
Al-Shamsi is here. So
Mohammed Shamsi didn't leave? Okay, because he.
Al-Shamsi is over here, yeah.
If anybody has any questions for students, we'll take 2 for the students, not for admission staff. Anyone? Nobody has a question for?
I'm not sure if Nof and Amjad have questions for the students, or is it general? I see Ali raise his hand. All right. Okay.
Hello. Yes, alaikum. This is Ali Afaqi. I have a question. It's about the event management. I would just like to, maybe if you can tell us more about the, if I came from event management background, how will this MIM help me in progressing? Because I see most of them, they are like IT, medical, and some other background. Yeah.
Okay. Mohammed Matawa or Mohammed Al-Nas?
Okay, what was your background again?
Event management.
Event management?
Did you say EVA management? Can you just, it's not clear, Ali.
EVENT.
Event.
Event. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, okay, so here's the thing. How many times you...
What's that,
okay,
Mohammed?
so is it okay if I answer?
Yes, go ahead.
I'm gonna answer this question. The thing is, you're going to meet with a lot of people. Like, for example, I'm an engineer and I have not met a doctor in my life who's in the medical field. So when you're attending MIM, you're not only gaining knowledge, you're also gaining connection. You're going to know one person, and that one person is going to introduce you to 50, and these 50 people are going to introduce you to more people. Since you're doing events, you're going to have a lot of experts in design. This is for sure. Me, myself, I have met like 5 people. And I would like to pass Mohammed Al-Mutawwa to give you more knowledge about that as well. And I met Mohammed Al-Mutawwa, and now we became friends.
Yeah, thank you, Mohammed Al-Shamsi. Mohammed Al-Shamsi is one of the most pronounced people in our cohort. He is the one bringing us all together, I'd like to say. So yeah, your background will feel, you will feel the desire and need to see how different aspects of different people interact with it. I bring a lot in terms of sustainability and energy and perhaps some entrepreneurial experience into the cohort. And I am dealing with medical doctors who bring a lot of redundancies and thinking about the things that could go wrong and the challenges. So the way, the mentality that your career gives you is what would impact your experience the most. So you come in with some sort of a mindset, and then you're exposed to, honestly, one of the most, if I say that for my cohort, MPSC managed to get the top 0.5% of Saudi Arabian youth, it would be an understatement. We have an amazing cohort. You can never get bored talking with my cohort, and I expect you will find a similar experience where you will learn new aspects of your business from other businesses, new aspects that you can integrate into your future career by interacting with those people and exposing them to what you know, and them exposing you to what they know.
Mohammed Matawa, did you want to add a video? I don't know what the video is, but no? Okay, all right.
I meant my voice was, I wasn't able to talk because I got disconnected for a second.
Okay, all right, okay. One more question to the students, and then we're going to conclude. I hope that answered, Ali.
Yeah, I see Muhannad. I think we took a question. Amjad.
Yes, Mohammed.
Okay, Mohammed, go ahead, Mohammed.
Yes, hi, good evening, everyone. My question is to the students, and I promise I won't tell the administration about it. How far did you implement the techniques and tools that you learned from MIM program? Is it like beneficial to your business or to your career? Like, you know, the field is evolving quickly now, so you have to be up to date on the techniques that you learn either in business management or in marketing. How far is the effect on you implementing it either in your business or in your career?
Almost immediate, I would say. So we haven't been that far. We just finished one block of teaching courses. We only have studied 4 subjects or 4 courses. So I'll tell you each course and what did I learn from it. So accounting, I am someone who does not understand numbers. I'm an engineer, but I'm really terrible with math, which is something you don't see every day. But the ability to understand what the numbers mean and to assess the performance, I would compare it to reading a medical chart. I still am bad like with adding the numbers and subtracting them, but I'm good now at digesting the meaning they present to the company and to the firm. And I have been interacting with that. I am an auditor, I'm an energy auditor. So I need to understand the financial positioning of my client before I can suggest for them the type of solutions they can implement. For management theory was one of the most interesting things because this has to do more of our culture and religion. We are taught about the management theories that didn't deal with culture and religion, that were like mostly centered around the performance and how can we make the most out of an employee. But then as you mix my culture and my background into this, and you begin to understand where things sort of go wrong in some management approaches that are taken in the region, and you start assessing them. And this was actually our assignment, to talk about a case study about where those management theories are being employed in our companies, in our fields, and then how can they be improved and how can we make them better? How can we make for a more hospitable working environment where employees feel appreciated and feel the need to participate? And then we have Dr. George. Dr. George taught us data analytics for management, which was, again, a completely different perspective in making a decision based on data and where the data would be most helpful versus the data is not necessary. The data is something that is an additional step that adds no value. We studied it as the point where the more analysis you do, you are not learning as much new information that could help you in your day. And then personally, my favorite is personal effectiveness and communication, Dr. Kim. And you see everyone is smiling when I mention Dr. Kim. Dr. Kim is such a force of positive energy within the college. She also works as I wouldn't call it a life coach for the students, but you can arrange for a weekly one-on-one meeting with Dr. Kim, where she helps you tackle your personal issues and things that are mentally taking a toll on you. And this, for me, on its own, like I have been utilizing that opportunity. And it honestly, like, I joined the college at a low place in my life, and the positive environment that MPSC is fostering helped me step up and be ready to tackle life again. And a huge part of that is Dr. Kim with personal effectiveness. I assure you guys, once you hopefully enroll in the course and you get the opportunity to meet Dr. Kim, she will be one of the people who will leave the biggest impact in your life.
Appreciate it. Best of luck for both of you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mohammed and Mahad. I appreciate you coming on with us tonight. Again, if you have any questions to ask the admission staff, we're always here. We're here to guide you. We're here to help you complete that application. You will be, if you start your application, you will be receiving emails personally from me. We always have our door open. We are just here to help you finish and get done and hopefully get accepted into MBSC. And thank you for joining us. We appreciate you staying on the extra half hour because we know it was a 7 to 8, and Dr. Asil, we wanted him to show you a little bit about how our faculty teach you here at MBSC, and hope to see you all soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much all. Thank you. See you.
Bye-bye.